Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to understand how to create Pipedrive contact from Elementor form submission. So are you also using Elementor for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I am using Elementor as my form builder application, and I wish that as soon as a new form is submitted in my Elementor, automatically a Pipedrive contact should be created with the same details. For this we are going to create a connection between Elementor and Pipedrive. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So in Pabbly, we have the concept of trigger and action. For trigger, we are going to use Elementor, and for action, we are using Pipedrive. So if you also wish to learn this process step by step, follow me through the screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video, we are going to learn how to create Pipedrive contact from Elementor form submission. So to do this, I have already opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we'll open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I am an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here. And now it is opening my dashboard, and to start with the automation we are going to click on this button right over here which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as create Pipedrive contacts from Elementor form submission. And then we are going to click on create. And now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is my workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. By this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now we are going to select our trigger application which is Elementor, because I want that as soon as a new form is submitted in my Elementor, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for it and then we are going to select it. And now for the trigger event, we are going to select it as new form submission. And now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this URL in order to create a connection between our Elementor and our Pabbly's workflow. So first I'm going to copy this URL and then we are going to open our WordPress. And over here you can see that I have opened my WordPress because Elementor is a plugin of WordPress. So that's why I have opened WordPress right over here. And now after opening WordPress, over here you can see that I have selected my page which is Cooler website, and then we are going to go on edit with Elementor. And over here in this website, I have attached a form which is this. So I want that as soon as someone fill in this form, automatically a Pipedrive contact should be created with the help of same details. So that's why I opened the same form right over here so that we can create this connection. And over here you can see it is same. So now we are going to click on these elements. And then over here you can see from the left sidebars, we are going to go on actions after submit. And then it is saying add action. So we are going to add action as webhook right over here. So we are going to search for it and then we are going to select it. And as you can see that as soon as I added webhook right over here you can see the option appeared which is webhook. So I'm going to open this. And now it is asking me for the webhook URL. So we are going to paste the URL we copied from our workflow. And now after pasting the same URL, we are going to click on update. And yes, you can see that we have successfully updated this. And now we are going back to our website. And over here, I'm going to fill in this form. So first, I'm going to enter the first name, which is demo. Last name as user. So I'm going to enter it as user. Email as demo@pabblytudes.com. For the mobile number, I'm going to use it as +91 and then this. And now after entering all the details, I'm going to click on send. And yes, you can see your submission was successful. So this means that Elementor has sent the details of our submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow. So we are going to open our workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response or not. And yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response. Over here is the first name that we entered, the last name, the mobile number, and the email address that we entered. So this means that my trigger step is successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. For our action application, we are going to select it as Pipedrive because I want that as soon as a new form is submitted in my Elementor, automatically a contact should be created in my Pipedrive account too. So I'm going to search for it and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as create a person. And then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Pipedrive account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and then it is asking me for the API token. So to get this API token, we are going to read the help desk, and it is saying to get the API token, log into your Pipedrive account, click on profile icon on the right top corner, then proceed to personal preferences and then API. So I'm going to open my Pipedrive account, and as you can see that this is my Pipedrive account and I've already logged in it. So it is always advised to log in your applications before starting with the automation. It makes the procedure easy. And now to connect this with our workflow, I'm going to click on this profile picture, and then we are going to go on personal preferences. And over here you can see API, so I'm going to click on this. And yes, over here you can see that this is my API token. So I'm going to generate a new token right over here so that I can receive a fresh token. And now after generating a new token, I'm going to copy this token, and then we are going to paste this token in our workflow. So I'm going to paste it. And yes, you can see that we have successfully pasted it. And now we are going to click on save. And yes, you can see that as soon as we clicked on save, we have connected our Pipedrive account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the name. So I'm going to map this. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Elementor as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as I'm going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new form submitted. So if I'm going to enter the details right over here manually, suppose I'm going to enter the name as demo user right over here manually, it will not change with every new form submission because I've entered it as manually. But if I'm going to map it from the previous response, it will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here. So to map this, first we are going to search for name, and over here you can see demo user. So first we are going to map demo, put a space and then user. And then we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the label. So I'm going to select it as hot lead. You can select it as anyone which you want. We are going to move on forward. Now it is asking me for the phone. So I'm going to map the phone number again. So I'm going to search for it. And over here you can see it. So I'm going to map this. We are going to move on forward. We are going to map the email. So I'm going to do same for the email. I'm going to search for it. And over here you can see email demo@pabblytudes.com. So we are going to map this. And now it is asking me the organization. So I'm going to leave it as blank because this is not the required fields. Same we are going to do for the owner. And now it is asking me for the visible to. So I'm going to keep it as all users. We are going to move on forward. Again, it is asking me for the first name and last name. We are going to map it again. So I'm going to search for first name. Over here you can see demo. So I'm going to map it. Same I'm going to do for the last name. We are going to search for last name and map it. And now after completing all the mapping and leaving the field which were not required, we are going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that a new contact has been created in our Pipedrive account with the same details received from our Elementor website. So I'm going to open my Pipedrive and check that if a new contact has been created or not. So I'm going to open my account, and from here in the left sidebar, we are going to go on contacts. And over here we are going to go on people. And over here you can see that a new contact has been created right over here, demo user, with the same email, same number, and the label as hot lead. So this means that my workflow is successful, and I'll just test the workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So to do this, I'm going to open my website. We are going to do another test submission. So for the first name, I'm going to keep it as test this time. So I'm going to enter it. Last name as user only. For the email, I'm going to use it as test@pabblytudes.com. For the mobile number, I'm going to keep it as +91 and then this. And now after entering all the details, again, I'm going to click on send. And yes, you can see your submission was successful. So this means that again Elementor has sent the details of our submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further created a new contact in our Pipedrive account too. So I'm going to open my Pipedrive and check that if Pabbly has created a new contact or not. This time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request will directly open our Pipedrive account. And from here we are going to see test user. Over here you can see new. Over here you can see the label as hot lead. Over here you can see the email and the phone number that we entered. So this means that my workflow is successful, and I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. For a trigger application, we selected Elementor. For the trigger event, we selected new form submission. For the action application, we selected Pipedrive. For the action event, we selected create a person, because I wanted that as soon as a new Elementor form is submitted, automatically a contact should be created in my Pipedrive account too. And yes, we were successful with our workflow. Over here you can see the two contacts I created during this video. One demo user and the another one was test user. Over here you can see the label that we entered. So if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone the workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.